Now, a less expensive form of dialysis for people suffering from kidney failure involves filling the abdomen with fluid and draining the fluid to rid the body of waste. The method, known as peritoneal dialysis, is done manually or automatically using a machine called an automated cycler. Now, this automated cycler, which does the exchange of fluid for patients at night, is imported and can be financially stressful for the poor. Fortunately, biomedical engineering students of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology have been able to build a less expensive cycler. Love FM's Kwesi Deborah speaks with the developers, Theodora Adefi Jambra, Benjamin Yeboah, and Martin Opoku-Kwarteng for Tech Thursday.
These two procedures that we do, that's hemodialysis, that we use the hemodialysis machine. Now, statistics shows that the number of hemodialysis machine in the country isn't much, and so mostly they are expensive. They are very expensive, and so this procedure is mostly being used, the manual continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis, which we have automated. The traditional procedure is being used in the hospital, mostly for the children, at the children's ward. And so we sitting back and looking at the challenge that we have as a country, that hemodialysis machine, they are not enough in the country, and most of them are being owned by government hospitals, and hence the price are very high for one procedure. And so we do this also to subsidize the cost, and also it can be used in the hospital, and then as well as being used in the house. Another part of it is that with the traditional continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis, it's a labor intensive. With the traditional continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis procedure, there is the inflow, the dwell time, and then the drain. Okay, so with the inflow, the mechanism that they employ is gravity, where they hang the dialysate bag on an IV pole, and then they open the channel for it to flow into the peritoneum cavity. And then when it's done, they close the valve. That's manually done. They switch the valve for a dwell time, which depends on the peritoneum cavity of the patient. So it can go from 30 minutes to an hour or more, 5 hours. Okay, so with this procedure, we didn't want to change the identity of it, so we kept some part of the traditional continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis, and we automated other parts. So the parts that we kept is the inflow part, where we use the gravity. So here you hang your dialysate bag, as my colleague is using. This is our dialysate bag for practical purposes. So you hang it, and then you allow for an inflow. So here we are performing the rinse. Okay, so as we pass through the dialysate from the dialysate bag, there is a motor in here. For the normal one, we use for the traditional one, we use gravity for the drain. But here we are employing a pump. So as you can see, as the water goes in here, it is being drained out here by the pump in the machine, which in turn speeds up the whole process. And it's safe because the normal pressure that's not going to affect the cavity of the human being is 10.3 kilopascal, and we calibrated our water pump in there with this value, so it's safe to use. So as and when the drain is done, you hear a buzzer indicating that it's done. Then the valve switches to a different procedure. This is the rinse. So then it goes to an inflow.